So this is video number 2 in our music theory lesson series, I guess, and I know that I look exactly the same, but I'm just sitting here so that I can get this out to you in one cohesive way. So I have another thing for you to take a screenshot of. Okay, take a screenshot. And let's go ahead and I'll explain all of this stuff that's on the page here. So up here, this is very important. Go ahead and memorize this. This is the order of the sharps. And my little acronym for that is Father Charlie goes down and eats breakfast. What is it? Father Charlie goes down and eats breakfast. I'll try to ask you that in about 2 minutes or so. So this is very important because eventually you're going to be looking at music with a key signature, and I've given you an example here with 2 sharps. So if we have 2 sharps, actually they actually are, I haven't drawn them over the right place exactly, but when you're looking at music, often the sharps are kind of over where the note is. So, but it's just nice if you know the order of the sharps. So this is an F sharp and a C sharp. I've kind of like not drawn them in the right place, but it really doesn't matter if you know the order. So this is an F sharp and a C sharp. We have 2 sharps, Father, Charlie, those are the first 2 sharps in the order of the sharps. And what we're going to do to determine the key, because eventually we're going to need to know the key, and the next video will be telling you about the key and the important notes in the key and the chords and all of that. But right here, we're just figuring out the key. You take the last sharp, which is C sharp, you find the note above it, the note above C sharp. Down here, this is all of our notes that exist. I haven't put the flats in just because it's just too much information, but FYI, an A sharp and a B flat are exactly the same thing. Just look back at my previous video for that. That was more in depth about that. So the next note above C sharp is D. Okay, so this is the key of D. If we had 3 sharps, we would have Father Charlie goes. This is the last sharp. We need to find the note above G sharp. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or you can look over here. The next note above G sharp is A, so it's the key of A. So if we have 4 sharps, it's Father Charlie goes down. We take this last sharp, find the note above it. The note above D sharp is E. So it's the key of E, etc. Does that make sense? So when you're looking at a key signature, you count how many sharps you have. Father Charlie goes down and eats breakfast. Find the note, find the last sharp, find the note above it, and that's the key. Okay? All right, so knowing that, we know what our altered notes are. So that means we can go over here and draw a hand pattern. So I know where the fingers go, so I've just put in the lines already. But what you would do is you would draw your strings, and then you'd start on your G string here and just start with the next note up from G. So the next note up from G is A. We don't have an A sharp. The only altered notes we have are F sharp and C sharp. So the next note up from G, that's a whole step up, is A, right? We don't have a G sharp. It's a whole step up. So I've drawn a nice big whole step up. And then let me just go ahead and put this in. That's an A. The next note up from A is B. Is that a half step or a whole step? So it's a whole step, right? If we look at our little list. Then we have the next note up from B, which is, ooh, I've made a mistake here. This is great, this is good. Mistakes are good. That means we can fix it. So the next note up from B is C, but we have a C sharp, right? So it doesn't go here, it actually goes a whole step up. So it's gonna go there. And that's a C sharp. And if you were wondering why, here's B. The next note up from B is C, it's a half step, and then the next half step up is C sharp. 2 halves make a whole, so that's why we have a whole step here. F sharp, oh sorry, C sharp. Okay, then we have a half step up to D, because we don't have a D sharp, right? The only altered notes are F sharp and C sharp. This D is the same as your open D. The next note up from D is E, which is a whole step. and then we have an F sharp. So if we look at our little list here, F sharp, whoops, what am I doing? Yeah, the next note up from E is F sharp. So that's a whole step up because E to F is a half step, and then we have to go a whole step up to F sharp. Then we need to find G, and F sharp to G is a half step. We have a whole step up to A. You guys following me okay? Kind of feel like I'm explaining this in a little bit of a confusing way. Let's go to the A string and we'll make sure we really get it on the A string. So on the A string, the next note up from A is B. So let's go over here to our list, and A to B is a whole step because we got an A sharp in between. A to A sharp is a half step, A sharp to B is a whole step. So we got a whole step up. And then, do we have a C or do we have a C sharp? Look over here, we have a C sharp. So let's find our B. B to C is a half step, and then C to C sharp is another half step. 2 half steps make a whole step, so we need a whole step up here. C sharp to D is a half step. D to E is a whole step. Why? Because from D to D sharp is a half step, and D sharp to E is a whole step. 2 halves make a whole, so that's our whole step. And then over here on the E string, we have an F sharp. We already know that E to F sharp is a whole step. And then a half step up to G, whole step up to A, and a whole step up to B. So I think that I might do another example of this without my little lines in here already so that we can kind of do one together. But that's basically how you're going to do it. So you need to find the altered note. So you look at your key signature, you find how many sharps there are, you remember the order of the sharps. Father Charlie goes down and eats breakfast. You find your altered notes. We just had F and C sharp. And then based on that, you're gonna go over and create your little hand pattern so that you know where your fingers go. These are all whole steps and half steps. A whole step is when you have consecutive fingers, and a half step is when you have consecutive fingers but they're squished together, like 3 and 4 here, or 2 and 3 over there, or 1 and 2 over here. So all these things are made out of whole steps and half steps. We already know what a whole step and a half step sounds like, so because of that, we can figure out what all these things should sound like, right? Open 1, 2, do, re, mi, and then 1, 2, 3, right? Do, re, mi, and then jaws, da-dum, da-dum, so we can kind of figure that out the way it should sound, rather than just randomly trying to find a C sharp or find an A. You can know that A is a whole step up from G, and it should sound like do, re, if you know what your G sounds like, it provided your open string is in tune. Make sure you tune your open strings. So if you want to stick around, I'll do another example where we can kind of just do this together. But other than that, if you understand and you get it, then I'll see you in the next video where we'll go over the chords and why we would want to know like the key and things like that. Okay? So I'll see you soon. Otherwise, stick around and we'll make another hand pattern together. Okay, so let's say we have a key signature with 3 sharps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because 3 sharps is really common in our Suzuki books, right? If you open the Suzuki book, book 1, you're gonna see something with 3 sharps in it. So what we have to do is we have to go over to our order of the sharps, which is Father Charlie goes down and eats breakfast. So our sharps are F, C, and G sharp. Those are our altered notes. If we want to determine the key, we're going to find the last sharp, find the note above it. The next note up from G sharp is A. So this is the key of A, okay? Or the scale of A. But that is for another video, as I said. So these are our altered notes. Now we need to figure out where our fingers go based on this. So let's go ahead and draw our hand pattern. We're going to draw our strings, G, D, A, E, connect them together. And the next note up from G is A. So if you're confused about whether G to A is a whole step or a half step, it's kind of helpful if you have, what am I doing? In the last video, we kind of wrote out all of the notes that exist, so let's go ahead and do that together a little bit bigger over here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. Okay, now in between some of these notes, you're gonna have some accidentals, some sharps and flats. If you look at a piano, you'll see that you have black keys and white keys. So all these kind of sharps and flats are a black key. We don't have a key between B and C because those are naturally a half step apart. There's no note between those two. We have a D sharp and an E flat here. There's also no note between E and F, so we can skip that. G, F sharp, and G flat. These are exactly the same note. All of these, I'm just connecting them together just like you would see on the piano. You'd have a black key. Okay, so now if we go over here, the next note up from G, provided we had an open G, let's decide that we're not going to start in a G sharp because that's too confusing for the moment. So the next note up from G is an A. And it's a whole step up, so I'm giving myself a nice big space. I know that because here's G right here. We have a half step to G sharp / A flat, and then we have a half step from G sharp, A flat to A. So two halves make a whole. So it's a little easier if you look at it like this. If you have a line between the notes, then what are these? Capital letters. These capital letters are a whole step. If you don't have a line between the notes, then the capital letters are a half step apart. So A to B is a whole step, but B to C is a half step. C to D is a whole step because we have this line between it. D to E is a whole step because we have a line between it, but E to F is a half step. F to G is a whole step because we have a line between it, and so is G to A. So that might be a little bit easier than me kind of like babbling too much. So G to A is a whole step. The next note up from A is B. So let's take a look. A to B, that's a whole step. So we need to put a nice big space. And this is B. Here's A over here. Okay, we have a C sharp. So here's B, here's C, that's a half step. We need another half step to make a whole step. So we have another big space up there. That's a C sharp. And then we have D. So we don't have a D sharp here, so the next note up from C sharp is D. It's a half step. So that means we're gonna have fingers squished together here. So that's a D. And D is the same as your open D, okay? So from D to E is a whole step. We have a line between it, it's a whole step. So we can just extend this first finger across, right? This is our first finger. This is E. And then from E to F sharp, remember we have an F sharp, sorry, wiggled there. F sharp. So here's E to F, this is a half step. So we need another half step up to F sharp to make a whole step. After F sharp we have G, but over here in our key signature we have a G sharp. So we have to figure out if that's a half or a whole step. So here's F sharp to G, that's a half step. And then we have a G sharp, so it's a whole step. So it's just on the same line as your C sharp. And then we have A. So G sharp to A is a half step. Are you guys following me? Does that make sense? So I guess we can keep on, for those of you who want to stick around, let's finish it up. So open A. What's the next note up from A? It's a B. So is A to B a half step or a whole step? we got a line between it. So it's a whole step, right? Because A to A sharp is a half step, and then A sharp to B is another half step. 2 halves make a whole. Then we have a C sharp in our key signature. We can't just put a C, we have to put a C sharp. So let's go over to our little list here. Here's B to C sharp. So we have 1, 2 steps. So we have a whole step. We've got a D next. We can look back and see actually C sharp to D is a half step. So these fingers are squished tight together. And then D to E. We got a line between it, so it's a whole step. We can just keep on extending that 4th finger across. Okay. By the way, if you're confused about that, let's take a look. E isn't on the same line as your G sharp, because that would be a D sharp. We'd be putting E where D sharp is if we put it on this line. So E is another half step on top. Okay? All right. Because on the violin or on the viola, you either have fingers together or you have them separate. So in this case, your 3rd finger is with your 4th finger. And in this case, your 3rd finger is with your 2nd finger. So there's like no middle ground. It's either going to be with 2nd finger or it's either going to be with 4th finger. It's not going to be in no man's land. Okay? So we have a whole step up to F sharp. We have a G sharp, so that's a whole step up. And then we have a half step up to A and a whole step up to B. Okay? I hope that made sense, you guys. So just to reiterate, remember your order of the sharps. Father Charlie goes down and eats breakfast. The order of the sharps is actually the order of the flats in reverse. So if you are looking at a key signature with flats, they're B flat, E flat, A, D, G, C, F flat. Those are the order of the flats. They're just the reverse. But the order of the sharps, remember that acronym? You go over to your key signature, you count how many sharps you have, you do your little acronym, and if you want to determine the key, then you just take the last sharp, find the note above it, and that's your key. But really, all you need to know is you need to know what the altered notes are, so you got to know this, and then you need to know how to apply that to figure out where your fingers go on the fingerboard. So that's what we're doing here. Okay? All right, you guys, I'll see you soon. The next video will be a little bit more, I guess, music theory at that point, okay? See you later.